The views expressed on the following program do not necessarily reflect the views of Money Radio staff, management, or advertisers and do not represent an offer to buy or sell any securities.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the Lifestyles Nutrition radio program. I am your host, Amit S.Katz. You know, I'm kind of fond of that S. There are not too many Amit S.Katzes in the world, and I'm proud of that S. Welcome to my show. It's a show about empowerment. It's a show about putting pages in your playbook of life, especially those that pertain to your health and how to head off the doctor at the pass if you can, and just staying healthy in general. There are tips about nutrition, there's tips about food, there's tips about supplements, how to use them, what's out there, what's not out there, what should be out there, what you should be getting, what you probably should be dropping, and so very much more. I want to welcome all desert citizens to the show, all members of the Coachella Valley that are here right now. I'm talking to you, Palm Springs. I'm talking to you, Desert Hot Springs, Thousand Palms, Cat City, Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, Indian Wells, La Quinta, Bermuda Dunes, Indio, and City of Coachella. How are you doing today? That's what I really want to know. How are you doing today? Because that's what this show is about. How are you today? Not yesterday, not the day before, today. Doing okay? Maybe not so good? If you're not feeling so good, you know, you got your face pressed up against the TV, and there's all kinds of depressing things in the world. You can't do anything about them. Can't help the world when it comes to what's happening in the Middle East. Maybe, you know, you're not the one sitting at the stock exchange who's maybe able to flip and change things up with the economy. You're not an advisor to the president. You're just another person like me. Well, you're not alone. There are 300 million of us in this country. We don't have that much control over things. So the most important thing that we really need to talk about today is what you do have control over. But before we talk about that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Amit S.Katz, as I told you before. Yeah, I'm proud of that S, but I'm also proud of my store, Lifestyles Nutrition Center in Indian Wells. We're located at the Village on Highway 111 in Cook Street. You know, they're wrapping up the construction there, so it is, it's a little difficult getting to us, but it's not impossible, and it is getting easier, and they should have that construction on Cook and 111 wrapped up very soon. So, don't be shy. Come on by. If you hear about something here on this show that interests you, you need more information, by all means, call us at 760-568-6522. I am the author of the book, The Frontline of Nutrition, 50 Treatments, Remedies, and Cures you can find in a health food store. I deal with 50 health topics. The last 10 of the book pertain to female health. And they're protocols that I've compiled over the last 20 years, and it's pretty much just over-the-counter stuff that you can buy in a health food store. Some of it's kind of fancy, some of it's just regular garden variety stuff, and these are just ways to put them together and use them to overcome anything from allergies to endometriosis through breakthrough bleeding or menopause. Okay, there, I gave you 4. So that's the book. But I'm also the creator, the progenitor, the mastermind of the Amit's Lifestyles diet, and it's kind of a unique diet because it has 6 pillars that I've constructed, that I've put together. That if you follow them, you will 1, learn how to eat. 2, you will learn how to navigate your weight, and you'll never hit a stumbling block. And 3, you will never continuously part with your money on a weekly, monthly, and annual basis. And you won't be parting with that money. You won't be giving it to the weight loss machine. And that machine is an industry. It's a massive industry. And this is a way for you to get a handle on your life to a cheaper tune, and allow you to get to where you want to go and stay healthy doing it. But let's talk about what I mentioned earlier, free will, what you have control of. We don't have control over natural disasters. We can't control that. We can make a choice not to live where where there's a hurricane or there's a twister alley or an earthquake area. Well, you can make that choice. You can't control the economy. It comes and goes. Stocks go up. Stocks go down. Housing markets go up. Housing markets go down. We are all at its mercy. But there is one thing in your life which you definitely have control over, and that is your health. Your health. You can control it. You have no control over anything else but your health. And yes, there are those of us who were born less fortunate and those that are born more fortunate in that department. That's true. But if you're born fortunate, great. Go ahead. Start adapting things that will allow you to stay on top of your game. And if you're born less fortunate, hopefully you'll glean some information from this show and past shows and upcoming shows that will allow you to navigate your health to where you want to go. But you can control your health. And there are 3 aspects to controlling your health. There's exercise. Got to find something that you can do and do regularly. Keep those systems up and running. Much like a car. A car needs some fine-tuning. Your body needs that fine-tuning too. Hopefully you're not engaging in something that's, instead of making you healthy, it may actually be contributing to a decline in your health. Like maybe you're running and you have arthritis. Well, you're pounding on your knees. Maybe it's time to change to something kinder, gentler, like swimming or yoga or Pilates. The second thing is diet. There's nothing, we're finding out more and more and more that diet plays a major role in your overall health. If you're eating a lot of saturated food, fried food, guess what? You're playing Russian roulette with your cardiovascular system. If a person in your family, for instance, mom and or grandma, had breast cancer, and you're not aware, you're maybe playing around with certain chemicals, or you're taking various birth control, maybe you're not a candidate for that. Maybe it's time to look into that. So it's your diet, it's your health care. Those are the 2 key components. And how do you go about fixing it? What are you doing to fix it? That's the third thing. So it's you have to find something that works for you, that will allow you to fix these things. So these are the things that you have control over. And if you're working on them daily, no matter what's happening in the world, at least you can be healthy. And if you're not healthy, at least you can ensure that you're not slipping backwards. Those are the things that we have control over. In my case, one of the things, I do 3 things. 3 things that allow me always to stay healthy. I do yoga. I think the first or second show, you can go to YouTube and punch in the Lifestyles Nutrition radio program. I think my second guest was my studio owner, Anne-Marie Palma, and we talked about Bikram yoga. And I've been doing it for 12 years now. My back pain, I never have back pain. I never have joint pain. I never have emotional problems. These are things that once you start doing them, Bikram says, it starts tightening the screws in your own head. It actually doing yoga starts controlling various brain chemistry and various responses to the world around you. And then pretty soon you start realizing that maybe I shouldn't be so proactive. Somebody says something to me, I react to it instantly. So it has an effect on your overall health, not just your body, but also on your mind. Second thing I do is I eat a low carb. Well, I basically follow my own diet, the Lifestyles Nutrition, the Amit's Lifestyles diet. And you can go to my website and find out more about the pillars. And it's Amit's, AMITS, lifestylesdiet.com. So I follow those 6 pillars with what I eat. I make sure that I eat most of my calories before 12 o'clock, or at least half of the calories. That's one of the key things that I do. Eating 50% of the calories before lunch, and I make sure that at dinner time I eat very little. My diet is low carb, high in fiber, and I don't have any junk. It's a pretty clean diet. That's another thing. It's that you have control over these things. You can go to the market and make a choice to not buy packaged foods. Make that choice to eat organic if you have the money to do it. But even if you don't, you can find vegetables out there that are natural, not organic. And the third thing is when something does go wrong, and as I'm getting older, because I follow the first 2 points, which is eating correctly and doing that exercise, less things go wrong in my life. But when they do, I have a wonderful acupuncturist that I go to. Dr. Peter Leo. He actually works in our at our store in Indian Wells. So everybody should adopt these 3 pillars to their life. Some type of exercise, some type of diet, and some type of health care. If needles scare you, fine. Don't do needles. Go ahead. Find something else that works for you. So that's the control that you have over your life. We can't fix the world, but we can fix ourselves. And if we can't fix ourselves, and enough of us do it, the world will change. Now, we're going to go to break, and after I come back from break, the show topic for today is 8 things every medicine cabinet should have. We'll dive right into that when we come back from the break. You are listening. My name is Amit S.Katz. Love that S. And you are listening to the Lifestyles Nutrition radio program on Money Radio 1200.
If good health is important to you, look no further than products from Genesis Today. Genesis Today has a great line of nutritional supplements made from pure natural foods that your body can absorb, instead of chemical supplements manufactured in a laboratory. Genesis Today is a progressive nutrition company that specializes in superfoods. These exceptional plants and fruits are packed with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and other vital nutrients at 20 times, 100 times, even 200 times the nutritional value of common fruits and vegetables. These products are prepared with low to no heat so as not to destroy the nutrients, and package them in non-toxic glass bottles for your consumption. Visit Lifestyle Nutrition Center today to find out what Genesis Today product is right for you.
Whenever I work out, my joints ache the next morning.
It's embarrassing to have to take the elevator instead of walking up one flight of stairs because your knees and ankles grind.
I tried glucosamine, and it doesn't work. Thank goodness I found out about Baxel. Now I'm ready to start my day.
Almost immediately I could feel the difference.
I needed Baxel's boost of hyaluronan.
It's safe, it's natural, and it's guaranteed joint relief.
Let me spell it out. BAXYL works.
Knees, shoulders, hips, back. Nothing felt good until I took Baxel.
There's nothing like feeling great.
Running a 10K.
Riding bicycles with my grandkids.
I really miss working in my yard all weekend. Thanks to Baxel, I spend every Saturday outdoors.
Baxel lets me be active without worrying about how you'll feel tomorrow.
I asked myself, why did I feel so old for so long?
Baxel is available at Lifestyles Nutrition Center and online at lifestylesnutrition.net. Your joints will thank you.
Have you ever gone to a health food store seeking help and left with a product you didn't trust and information that was less than reliable? That never happens at Lifestyles Nutrition Center in Indian Wells. We have over 20 years of matching our customers with the right supplements to enhance their life and improve their health. Come to Lifestyles and experience our experience. Feel better, look better. And now, through the summer months, receive 25% off of all of our store supplements. For more information, call 760-568-6522. And remember the name, Lifestyles, the first, the last, and the only health food store you will ever need.
Memory. It can be, well, less than reliable. Do you ever walk into a room and forget why you went in there? Ever lose your train of thought right in the middle of a conversation? What about misplacing your car keys or misplacing the whole car? If you think about it, your brain controls everything you do, walking, talking, and remembering things. The healthier your brain is, the better it's able to control all these important functions. As a normal part of aging, our memory begins to fade. Prevagen was developed to improve memory and support cognitive function. If you're experiencing occasional absent-mindedness or just want to support healthy brain function, then visit Lifestyle Nutrition Center in Indian Wells and ask for Prevagen. Prevagen is also available by calling 760-368-6522. Call 760-368-6522 or visit Lifestyle Nutrition Center and ask for Prevagen today.
From the Coachella Valley out to the world. Listen to us anywhere. Streaming live 24/7 at moneyradio1200.com.
Let's dance, everybody. You're dancing with me, Amit S.Katz, on the Lifestyles Nutrition radio program. Welcome back. Before I went to break, I told you that we're going to be doing right now, our show topic is 8 things every medicine cabinet should have. Now, before we get into this, have you ever been, let's say you're a house guest at a friend's house, or maybe a family member, hadn't seen them in a while, or maybe you went to a party, or you got invited to a friend of a friend's house, and then you went to the bathroom, and you were like, hey, I need a cotton ball or a Q-tip, and you popped open the medicine cabinet, and lo and behold, you saw like half-used boxes of all kinds of stuff in there, Mylanta, Pepto-Bismol, NyQuil, half-used this, toothpicks, maybe it hadn't been cleaned in a while or whatever. I don't know, maybe a thought went through your mind like, wow, I didn't know that my host had liked to cook meth on the weekend from all these over-the-counter medications, or wow, they must have some type of buy one, get one free over at the CVS or something like that. Well, it's important to have a good medicine cabinet. Okay, it's important to have to chamber a few things for you in case something goes wrong. And I'm going to arm you with some knowledge about a few cool things that you can have in your medicine cabinet, not just the standard run-of-the-mill over-the-counter stuff that could be misconstrued that you have a meth cooking hobby, but actually a real stuff that will really help you in life. And in case you come across something that you need, you'll just go in there and it's a no-brainer. So let's do this right now. Number one on my list. Now, when I was doing this, I threw it up on Facebook. And by the way, you're welcome to go to Facebook. If you hear something that you like and you like the show, go ahead, like us on Facebook. I'd really appreciate it. But I threw it up on Facebook, and I threw the show topic on Facebook, and somebody wrote to me and said, well, why 8 things? Why not 3 things, or 5 things, or 10 things? Or, well, why don't you do a top 100? Why 8? Well, if you look at my book, The Frontline of Nutrition, there's a hand reaching for the sign of infinity. And I'm a little bit of a superstitious guy, so I kind of went with 8 being sign of infinity. It's just, it's not lying sideways, it's lying up. And to me, 8 sounds like a nice round number. 3 not enough, 5 5 is an odd number, 10 too many. So I went with 8. Call me superstitious. I just called myself superstitious, so I won't be. I won't take it the wrong way if you do call me superstitious. But anyway, let's dive into this. Number 1. This is probably the most well-kept secret in my store, Lifestyles Nutrition Center in Indian Wells. It's called Willard water. There's a Dr. Willard. He lived in South Dakota, and he developed this water by mistake. He was trying to prove to his son that these valves on a fire truck that collect soot cannot be cleaned. And he went and constructed this water. He said, this is the most powerful stuff that you have. You put this stuff together and it will not clean these valves. And he went ahead, took the valve, dipped it in this Willard water, and it actually took the soot right off. And he started experimenting with it. Now, Willard water is non-toxic. And actually, when you consume it, if you put it in your water and you drink it, it actually allows you to absorb more nutrients from your regular food. But why should it be in your medicine cabinet? Because Willard water is the best thing for a burn. And the number one thing that you're going to run to the medicine cabinet for is probably a burn. If you get burnt, well, actually, maybe not. You might not run for a burn, because we don't really have a bunch of like a burn cream or a this cream or a that cream. But I'd like to put the Willard water in there because I don't really use it as a supplement all the time. I just put it there when I need it. And, I'm constantly cooking. I'll throw something in the oven. I won't wear the gloves. And there's the hot rail underneath, and I'll just burn the underside of my arm. And, I throw a little Willard water on it. It has like a soapy texture. It's clear, non-toxic, and you just put it on, and it immediately takes that bite right out of that burn. Really, really good stuff. It actually has so many more applications than just for burns, but it's really, really good for burns. Now, word of caution with Willard water. If you sustain a very serious burn that looks like it's very, very deep, it might not be a first degree, it might be a second degree, then you probably want to test pure Willard water on the burn site itself. because if the burn is too deep and you put pure Willard water on it, it can actually, it'll start healing, you'll start soothing it, but it will actually burn. You won't feel so good. So you may want to do a little test, see if it's not irritating the burn, and if it is irritating the burn, just go 50-50 with water. You put half water, like a couple of drops of Willard water, a couple of drops of water, test it again, see if that helps. So number 1, Willard water. Number 2 on the list, arnica gel. Arnica gel. Everybody knows arnica gel. Arnica gel topically for bruises, bumps, contusions. Really, really good stuff. Speeds the healing process. If you're going in for surgery and you want to speed the healing from surgery, either cosmetic or something deeper than that, go ahead, put some arnica gel on it. Arnica, spelled A-R-N-I-C-A, gel, G-E-L, arnica gel. Now, it comes in pretty much one strength, and there are 100 companies that make this product. So, we at the store we sell it by Nelson and we sell it by Boyron, but either one will work. And if you can't find the gel, there's a cream that's also good. There's another format to the arnica gel, which is in a sort of a Vaseline type, or like a petroleum jelly. That's the least favorite of mine. I don't like that because it's kind of sticky, doesn't go on clean or clear, and it goes on clear, but it stays with you all day. Number 3 on the list, tea tree oil. Tea tree oil, wonderful stuff. If you're going to disinfect a wound, use tea tree oil. First thing, your kid comes in from the outside, got his knee all scraped up. Clean the wound, and then put tea tree oil on it, and then you can put a bandage on it. Perfect. It disinfects wounds. It's really good for clearing up wounds. Now, another application for tea tree oil. Let's say you have toe fungus. You're out running, doing all kinds of stuff. You didn't have a chance to change your socks. Didn't have a chance to take your shoes off. Maybe you did it for 2 or 3 days. Hopefully not for more than that. And then you got little toe fungus. Go ahead, put it on between your toes. Wash your feet really well. Put the tea tree oil between your toes and on your nails, and that'll ensure that you don't have toe fungus or one of those like the big. You probably see that with some seniors where they have that crusty nail going. Head that thing off at the pass. Don't let it get out of control. Hit that thing with some tea tree oil, and you'll be fine. And number 4, Simulsan eye drops. Simulsan company makes quite a few eye drops. They do eye drops that are for like computer eye. They do one that's for cataracts. They do 2 for allergies. So if you're on the computer a lot, you work a lot on the computer. Go ahead, get the computer drops. That way you'll have them there whenever you kind of push it a little bit and you have that red eye going. They also make one for allergies. We're about to head into the fall. They're going to start scalping the lawns out here. There's the allergy drops that they make, really, really good, really, really soothing. Then they also make another variety, which is for dry eye. I don't know if any of you noticed that out here, that from time to time there'll be the winds will kick up. We have that quartz dust that floats in the air in the Coachella Valley, and you'll be out, especially this summer. We really had a few environmental things between the fire that we had and the smoke that blew through the valley here twice. The Beaumont fire and also the fire that was up near Idlewild. So, and the dust, the humidity. It can be really irritating for the eyes. And now we're also going to get the allergy season. So there's a tendency sometimes to have that dry eye feeling. A couple of drops of this regularly really, really help. In fact, I had a dog that would, he started, with dogs, they don't go and wash their face or anything. They'll just start to tear. And you'll just see a discoloration in the corner of the eye, and it'll go into their fur. And I had a dog that would get this, especially during this time of the year. And I would just put the drops in it. Oddly enough, I never had to bleach that part. I never had to take him to the vet to have that corner of his eye bleached like you have with Yorkies or some of the smaller kind of long hair breeds, Malteses. So it was good for the goose, good for the gander, good for me, good for my trusty friend. Just a couple of drops were really, really helpful. Well, we have four more things to go on the list, and we're headed for a hard break, so we're going to get into them. Today's topic is 8 things every medicine cabinet should have, and we did Willard water, arnica gel, tea tree oil, and some variety of Simulsan drops. And when we come back for the break, we're going to talk about the other 4. And at 45 minutes past the hour, we're going to do best question of the week, herb of the week, and we're going to do the acupuncture report. I got a really cool letter this week that I'm going to read. Somebody had some really, really nice treatments with us, and I think it's going to really illustrate the power of what we're doing at Lifestyles Nutrition Center and our clinic. You're listening to the Lifestyles Nutrition radio program on 1200 Money Radio.
NBC News Radio, I'm Melissa Rayberger. President Obama says he has accepted the decision of his former top economic advisor Lawrence Summers to withdraw from consideration as chairman of the Federal Reserve. Summers was a leading candidate for the job but was opposed by some Senate Democrats. Hundreds of people, black and white, were at Birmingham's 16th Street Church today on the 50th anniversary of the Ku Klux Klan bombing that killed 4 little girls. Former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice knew one of the victims, an 8-year-old.
Denise McNair had gone to my father's kindergarten. I knew her, and in fact, I have a picture of my father handing her her graduation certificate from kindergarten.
Attorney General Eric Holder also spoke at the ceremony. In commemoration of the death, the city of Birmingham hosted a week of events in remembrance of the tragedy that led to the passage of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. This is NBC News Radio.
Shell V-Power Premium Gasoline is Ferrari's choice for improved performance. It removes an average of 60% of performance-robbing gunk on intake valves left by low-quality premium gasolines. And it starts with your very first tank. So you're not just filling up with over 60 years of Shell and Ferrari technology and innovation. You're also filling up with choose Shell V-Power and let the excitement begin.
Membership streamlines business expenses.
At WegoWorks, we help build animatronics for theme parks around the country. When we're on the road, we rack up a ton of expenses, but we're never weighed down with receipts.
Introducing Receipt Match on business cards from American Express Open. Just shoot your receipts with your smartphone, and they're matched up with your charges on your online statement.
I'm John Kaplan, and I'm a member of A Synchronized World.
This is what membership is. This is what membership does. Learn more at open.com. Terms and limitations.
The LGBT Community Center of the Desert is a nonprofit organization dedicated to enriching the lives of the LGBT community in the Valley through health and wellness, social and educational programs. The center advances its mission through a clinical counseling and internship program, senior programming, youth anti-bullying and suicide prevention support programs, a growing volunteer program, and signature special events in the community for its members and allies. For more information on the LGBT Community Center, visit them on the web at thecenterps.org.
Financial words of wisdom with Market Wrap host Mo Ansari.
Folks, it's time to make some money, participate, and have some fun. These are the opportunities you'll get 2 or 3 times in your investing life. If you miss them, they're gone. That's all there is to it. You've got a 10, 15-year horizon, and you only get 2 or 3 bull markets in their 10 or 15 years.
It's financial food for thought on your drive home. Market Wrap with Mo Ansari.
Almost lost my mind on this one. That dead silence. Oh gosh, technical. And here we are, right back at the Lifestyles Nutrition radio program. Hi everybody. Before we went to break, I was doing my list of the 8 things every medicine cabinet should have. And the first 4 that we did were Willard water, spelled W-I-L-L-A-R-D. So it's W-I-L-L-A-R-D water, and that comes in 8-ounce or 4-ounce bottles. Arnica gel, spelled A-R-N-I-C-A, arnica gel. Tea tree oil, T-E-A-T-R-E-E, oil. And Similsan drops, spelled S-I-M-I-L-S-A-N. And I'll go over it again so you don't have to scramble to write these things down. But I'd like to get to number 5. Now, the next 4 are going to be maybe not as familiar as the first 4. So number 5 is Tian San Chi powder. That's spelled T-I-E-N, separate word S-A-N. Third word is Q-I. So that's Tian San Chi powder. Tian San Chi, its Latin name is Noto Ginseng, spelled N-O-T-O-G-I-N-S-E-N-G. Again, N-O-T-O-G-I-N-S-E-N-G. Now, why Tian San Chi? Tian San Chi, or Noto Ginseng, back in our first encounter here in the West with Tian San Chi was actually during the Vietnam War. The Viet Cong would walk around. It was standard issue for the Viet Cong to carry on them Tian San Chi powder. Tian San Chi powder is related to the ginseng family. It is a ginseng from the ginseng family, but it has a unique property in that it can stop bleeding. So as a standard issue, the Viet Cong would walk around with a couple of ounces of Tian San Chi powder on them. And whenever they sustained a gunshot wound to the chest or the leg or anything that was life-threatening, they would pour it right into the wound and apply pressure. And Tian San Chi has a unique ability to stop bleeding very, very quickly and will save your life. Now, chances are you're not going to go for a gun battle OK Corral style without a Kevlar vest, and you're not going to be needing that Tian San Chi to save anybody's life. But around the house, you know, if you're cooking, you're playing around with some nice Cutco knives or something, and you know, or you're in the garage knocking together a doghouse or playing around with a Makita set or something like that, things go wrong, and we do sustain little cuts and things that are probably a little deeper, and they'll bleed a little while longer. And instead of running off immediately and getting blood everywhere, you go ahead, you open the Tian San Chi powder, put it into the wound, apply pressure, wrap it up, and if you need stitches, at least you're not bleeding all over your car and the floor and the carpet on your way to the emergency room. But very, very useful stuff. So Tian San Chi, very, very effective for stopping various deep cuts in the body. So that was number 5. Number 6, kudzu capsules. Now, kudzu capsules. Why kudzu capsules? Kudzu is a starch. It's made from a plant called Piedra. And it's actually a bit of a pest in the South. My understanding is that this thing grows about a foot a day. So if you all of a sudden have some Piedra or kudzu starch plant growing in your backyard, it will take over very rapidly. Now, what kudzu starch capsules have and why they should be in your medicine cabinet is because they are an absolute amazing go-to for a hangover. So if you're out, in fact, it's something that I use if I'm going to go get down with my nasty self, or go out party with a bunch of friends, and I'm going to be drinking a little bit more than somebody who hosts the show, the Lifestyles Nutrition Radio program, should be doing. I'll actually take some kudzu capsules before I go out, and some capsules when I come back, and especially if I wake up with a hangover, you better believe I'm going to be doubling down on those kudzu capsules. Kudzu, spelled K-U-D-Z-U, kudzu capsules. Very effective for a hangover. And that was number 6. Number 7 is a product called Quick Defense. The company that manufactures this is Gaia Herbs. Quick Defense by Gaia Herbs. Gaia spelled G-A-I-A. Quick Defense is a unique extract of echinacea. Most echinacea is the parts that are extracted in echinacea are the echinosoids. Those are that's the chemical constituents that we recognize as being beneficial in echinacea. But what Quick Defense, what Gaia did in creating Quick Defense is they created an extract of the root of a slightly of a component that had never been recognized or had never been targeted before. And they started concentrating a part which are called acrylamides. Now, why should this be in your medicine cabinet? Because quick defense by Gaia, at the first sign of a cold or a flu, you take 2 capsules of this 5 times a day, and it blows it out of the water. So you can imagine if at the first sign of a cold or a flu, you start taking this stuff, and you don't need to go down the 7 or 8 days of illness, which are standard for cold and flu, and you don't need to entertain the possibility of a secondary infection, such as a respiratory infection or a sore throat. Because this summer, with all the climate changes that we had here in the Coachella Valley and all the smoke and different environmental effects that we were feeling, I started encountering a bunch of people who were getting like summer colds and very strange things, that more so than in the past. So quick defense was really, really good for that. The moment they came in, they started to take this, and it nipped it in the bud. But those that came to some type of solution a little too late, what ended up happening with them is that they got a respiratory infection. And respiratory infections, bronchitis, or any type of summer cough like that, those things linger for a very long time, and they will wipe you out. Respiratory problems, if you have a cough and it takes a month to lick that cough, you feel wiped out. Your energy starts to suffer from it. So quick defense is a wonderful way of just heading that thing off at the pass, nipping it in the bud within a 24 to 48 hour period. Another cool thing about quick defense is if you travel, you get on a plane. There are various things out there like Zicam that you can just go sort of swab the inner part of your nose, or a spray for your throat. Quick defense works just like that. Take a couple of capsules of it before you get on a flight. Maybe put a couple of capsules aside during the flight. If you're going to Australia and it's 12 hours away, or Hong Kong and that's 13, 14 hours away, have the whole bottle with you. And you can start taking them every couple of hours. It might not even be that there are other people in such close proximity to you who are going to be breathing the same air and circulating the same bacteria and bugs and viruses. It's often the plane's filter system itself, which isn't terribly sanitary, hasn't been cleaned in a while, and is a real source of infection. So quick defense before you get on a flight, really, really good. And if you're coming down with something, nip it in the bud. And number 8, the last on the list, grapefruit seed extract. I've mentioned it before. Grapefruit seed extract in a liquid. Why grapefruit seed extract? Why should that be in your medicine cabinet? Because grapefruit seed extract has so many uses, and I'm just going to rattle off 3 of them. The first one, at the first sign of a sore throat, you go ahead, you put this in water, and you gargle with it. Grapefruit seed extract is very bitter. If you've ever eaten any citrus at all, and you happen to bite down on the seed, it's bitter, it's nasty, it's not yummy. So I'm warning you ahead of time. Grapefruit seed extract in water, gargling with it, is bitter, but it will nip that in the bud, that sore throat. If you drink it, no harm, no foul. It's actually very good for you. It's very, very good for your immune system. So for a sore throat, then you can also use it if you have like a tooth infection, or if you come across somebody like family member who has some bad breath, halitosis. You can mix it up with a little bit of toothpaste. Make sure they brush their teeth with it, gargle with it. That will sweeten up their breath a little bit, and internally as well. 10 drops in water. Drink that. That will start clarifying the digestive tract. So sore throat, halitosis, and also just a wonderful first go-to for cold. Similar to quick defense, but quick defense are in capsules. This is in a liquid. So maybe if you're around the house, you can put the drops in water, drink it. It'll stop a cold or a flu from coming on, help you bounce back. So let me give the rundown of that list again from 1 to 8. 8 things every medicine cabinet should have, starting at number 1, Willard water. For burns. Number 2, arnica gel. Arnica gel for bruises, contusions, and to speed healing in the body. Tea tree oil. Number 3, tea tree oil for disinfecting cuts and preventing various toe funguses or nail infections. Number 4, Simulsan eye drops for irritation of the eyes. Number 5, Tiansan Chi powder, or also known as Nodo ginseng powder, to stop bleeding of deeper cuts. Number 6, kudzu capsules for hangover. Number 7, Quick Defense by Gaia Herbs, which is for cold and flu, and for preventing you from getting sick while you're traveling. And number 8, grapefruit seed extract for first defense against sore throats and various other immune stimulating effects and the prevention of cold and flu. So that was it. 8 things every medicine cabinet should have. We're going to go to break, and when we come back from the break, we're going to do the acupuncture report, herb of the week, and best question of the week. You are listening to me, Amit S.Katz, and this is the Lifestyles Nutrition radio program on Money Radio 1200.
Memory. It can be, well, less than reliable. Do you ever walk into a room and forget why you went in there? Ever lose your train of thought right in the middle of a conversation? What about misplacing your car keys or misplacing the whole car? If you think about it, your brain controls everything you do, walking, talking, and remembering things. The healthier your brain is, the better it's able to control all these important functions. As a normal part of aging, our memory begins to fade. Prevagen was developed to improve memory and support cognitive function. If you're experiencing occasional absent-mindedness or just want to support healthy brain function, then visit Lifestyle Nutrition Center in Indian Wells and ask for Prevagen. Prevagen is also available by calling 760-368-6522. Call 760-368-6522 or visit Lifestyle Nutrition Center and ask for Prevagen today.
Whenever I work out, my joints ache the next morning.
It's embarrassing to have to take the elevator instead of walking up one flight of stairs because your knees and ankles grind.
I tried glucosamine, and it doesn't work. Thank goodness I found out about Baxel. Now I'm ready to start my day.
Almost immediately I could feel the difference.
I needed Baxel's boost of hyaluronic.
It's safe, it's natural, and it's guaranteed joint relief.
Let me spell it out. B-A-X-Y-L works. Knees, shoulders, hips, back. Nothing felt good until I took Baxel.
There's nothing like feeling great.
Running a 10K.
Riding bicycles with my grandkids.
I really missed working in my yard on weekend. Thanks to Baxel, I spend every Saturday outdoors.
Baxel lets me be active without worrying about how you'll feel tomorrow.
I asked myself, why did I feel so old for so long?
Baxel is available at Lifestyles Nutrition Center and online at lifestylesnutrition.net. Your joints will thank you. If good health is important to you, look no further than products from Genesis Today. Genesis Today has a great line of nutritional supplements made from pure natural foods that your body can absorb, instead of chemical supplements manufactured in a laboratory. Genesis Today is a progressive nutrition company that specializes in superfoods. These exceptional plants and fruits are packed with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and other vital nutrients at 20 times, 100 times, even 200 times the nutritional value of common fruits and vegetables. These products are prepared with low to no heat so as not to destroy the nutrients, and package them in non-toxic glass bottles for your consumption. Visit Lifestyle Nutrition Center today to find out what Genesis Today product is right for you.
Have you ever gone to a health food store seeking help and left with a product you didn't trust and information that was less than reliable? That never happens at Lifestyles Nutrition Center in Indian Wells. We have over 20 years of matching our customers with the right supplements to enhance their life and improve their health. Come to Lifestyles and experience our experience. Feel better, look better. And now, through the summer months, receive 25% off of all of our store supplements. For more information, call 760-568-6522. And remember the name, Lifestyles, the first, the last, and the only health food store you will ever need.
Turn your smartphone into money. Well, Money Radio at least. Download our apps for Apple and Android and listen anywhere. Money Radio 1200.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Lifestyles Nutrition radio program. Before we went to break, we finished up our list of the 8 things every medicine cabinet should have. I'm going to throw this up on my, once I get the file back from management on Monday or Tuesday, so you'll be able to see this on our Facebook page, and I also throw it up on YouTube. So if you lost anything there, go ahead. You can re-listen to the show, or you're welcome to call us at the station the store at 760-568-6522. Now, I'd like to read a letter from a customer of mine who sent this in. This comes from P. Rose in Palm Desert, and she writes to me, I have suffered on and off with a bad knee for years. Several years ago, I had a torn meniscus and a Baker's cyst. Baker's cyst is when you get like a bump on the back of your knee, and it protrudes, and it's very uncomfortable. I had many sessions of acupuncture combined with Pilates when I was living in L.A., and in LA, I don't like taking over-the-counter medications or prescription drugs, so I tried homeopathic and Chinese formulas. They helped eventually, but I did suffer with quite a bit of pain. As an active individual, the pain comes back from time to time. The first thing I think of when I'm in pain is that I need acupuncture. I have been to Dr. Leo 2 times now, and I have been very impressed with him. This last time I went for acupuncture, I asked Amit if he had a recommendation for something I could take to help speed up the healing. He told me about Baxil or hyaluronan and told me I wouldn't be disappointed. Truer words were never said. I think the pain was completely gone in as little as 24 hours, a true miracle. I can't praise this product enough. And I had to call Amit to tell him so. I have recommended it to friends that I know may need it, or just to get it and have it on hand, just in case. I'm sold on this product for sure. Thank you, Amit, P. Rose. So, P came into the store. She had her treatments with Dr. Peter Leo. He's our acupuncturist. He works, he's got his treatment room in Lifestyles Nutrition Center. We're located in the Village in Indian Wells, just off of Cook Street and Highway 111. And it's just a really, really cool thing when you see an ancient healing method such as acupuncture combined with really, really good nutrition, which if you listen to the first part of the show, I was talking about how there are 3 things that every person can do in order to have control over their life and their health. So one of the things is obviously some type of health treatment. So she was familiar with this and and she did have acupuncture before, but when we combined it with something powerful like Baxil and the hyaluronic acid, it just made the whole treatment so much better. So thank you for that letter, P. I also want to do best question of the week now. This comes to me. If you have a question, feel free to fire it at me online at lifestylesweb@yahoo.com. And the letter goes like this. Dear Amit, thank you for all your interesting information. I really enjoy your show. They are scalping the grass at our club. This always causes a seasonal irritation of my eyes. Is there anything I can do other than Allegra to help my situation? And this comes from Lucy K. from Bermuda Dunes. Yes, Lucy. We talked a little bit about this in the last segment. We talked about 8 things every medicine cabinet should have, and I did mention the Simulsan drops. But let's augment on that. For seasonal allergies, what you really want to do is kind of boost your own body's resistance. Now, I'm guessing that you probably weren't from this valley. You weren't spawned here. Chances are you were born elsewhere and you've moved to this valley. And that's something that happens to a lot of people. They grew up in the Midwest, came here from Kansas, flew in from Seattle or Canada, and they're not used to these pollens out here, which means that your body has not been exposed to the various pollens that are out here, and that means that your immune system hasn't developed the proper resistance, hasn't developed antibodies to deal with the abundance of pollen coming in, and that's why you're getting that eye irritation seasonally. Now, drugs like Allegra, they're sort of a silver bullet. They bypass all of it, and they create a histamine reaction. meaning they actually stimulate that part of your immune system that produces histamine or reduces the production of histamine in order to get past the irritation. Now, what I'm going to propose is a way of actually physically strengthening your body and preventing less and less of a reaction in the future. So there are three things that are kind of my go-to nutrients for any type of allergic reaction, be it nutritional or seasonal allergies, or any type of skin irritation or anything like this. This is my go-to. This is the base. These are the trifecta. And that's quercetin, vitamin C, and pantothenic acid. Quercetin is spelled Quercitin. Now, quercetin is a bioflavonoid. Bioflavonoids are a series of nutrients that are related to vitamin C. They come in 500 milligram doses, 250 and 500 milligram doses. I'd recommend that you start off with quercetin at a 500 milligram dose. To that, add vitamin C, at least 500 to 1,000. I take 1,000, and pantothenic acid comes in 100 milligrams, 250, and 500 milligrams. You're going to want to get a 1,000 milligram dose every time. So if you can't find 1,000 out there, we sell it in a tablet. It's kind of large. If that's too big, go ahead and get a 500 milligram dose and take 2 of them. So the way to do this is 1 500 milligram capsule of quercetin to 1,000 milligram dose of vitamin C and 1,000 milligrams of pantothenic acid. Take that 3 times a day, and that's going to create a stronger, better resistance from your own body. Your own adrenal system will produce better histamine and be able to cope with things. Now, if that doesn't do the trick, you're getting to where you want to go, but you're not quite there. You see the billboard, you see the headlights, but you're not quite at your destination. Final thing to add to this, there's a Chinese formula called Pimincan-1, 4 words spelled P-E, second word M-I-N, third K-A-N, fourth is W-A-N. So Pimincan-1. Pimincan-1 is a formula for allergies, nasal allergies, sinus allergies, and irritation of the eyes. That's to be taken at 3 tablets 3 times a day. So quercetin, vitamin C, pantothenic acid, and Pimincan-1, all 4 of those taken will solve the problem. If I'll also write this back to you so that you have it in your email, and you're also welcome, because Best Question of the Week entitles you to win a prize. So listen up, folks. If you're out there and there's anything that you'd like to win, go ahead, write to me. And like I say, this isn't a bum show. Come into the store. If I read your question, come into the store, say, hey, I am John Doe XYZ, or in Lucy K's situation, say, hey, I'm Lucy K, and there will be a bottle of something waiting for you there as a nice little prize. And as far as the acupuncture report for the week goes, no, actually, you know what? Real quick, before I leave you today, let's do herb of the week. This is real, just a few seconds of this. Herb of the week is Chanca Piedra, spelled C-H-A-N-C-A. Second word is P-I-E-D-R-A. And the Latin name is Phylanthus Niruri. Now, Chanca Piedra, its translation means breaking stone. And it was off the market for a while, and now it's back on. And that's why it's herb of the week, because Chanca Piedra is used for gallstones. And I recently started helping somebody with some gallstones, and we had some really good results. Chanca Piedra actually helps dissolve them. As long as the stone's not entirely too big, this is a wonderful thing to use, because when a person gets a gallstone, the standard go-to procedure is you go to the hospital, they'll look at it, and they'll say, we're going to take your gallbladder out. And you don't want that. There's one reason you don't want that, because the moment we take your gallbladder out, you're not going to have a good solid burst of bile salts to help you digest your fats. And when that happens, you're going to get a trickle of bile and not enough bile when the time comes. And when that happens, you're not going to digest your food right. You won't be able to eat pizza. You shouldn't be eating pizza, but if you do, it'd be nice if you could digest it. Anyway, thank you all so very much for tuning in. Like us on Facebook. And you have been listening to the Lifestyles Nutrition radio program on 1200 Money Radio. Be healthy, be happy. See you next week.